Fans have been leaving comments like this under her pictures, especially showing concern for the whitening in her eyes being yellow, which could indicate some sort of liver issue.
They were mocking this woman not that long ago. They said her skin was highlighter yellow. Now all of a sudden everyone's talking about rest in peace.
Investigators say they found Hackman in the mudroom, appearing to have suddenly fallen. His wife found on a bathroom floor.
It is such a rarity, an anomaly, to have two people fall over dead at one time without some major causal effect.
Their deaths are being called suspicious enough in nature to require a thorough search and investigation.
Hollywood has lost two actors in a very mysterious way. Michelle Trachtenberg had passed away at the age of 39, and her family is refusing to do an autopsy to figure out exactly how she passed away. Fans are concerned because they want to know, and it is bizarre to skip on an autopsy report. At the same time, Gene Hackman and his wife and his dog are all found mysteriously dead in their home, and nobody knows why. There are some shady things going on in Hollywood, so let's get into it. Let's start off by talking about Michelle Trachtenberg, because she was snubbed from the Oscars in a memoriam, which I thought was so offensive. When any big celebrity dies, usually an award show will kind of, pay tribute to them in some kind of way. Michelle was left out of the memoriam segment at the Academy Awards just days after her shocking death, and fans aren't happy about it. This tweet reads, "Michelle deserved to be shown and remembered at the Oscars memoriam. That was actually disrespectful." Another person wrote, "Oh, F you, the Oscars, for not putting Michelle in the memorial."
Where was Michelle in that memoriam?
Not the Oscars snubbing Harriet the Spy. Michelle Trachtenberg.
If we meet again, well, then we'll smile.
We all know Michelle Trachtenberg from her role in Gossip Girl and from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. However, she did appear in some films like 17 Again and Harriet the Spy, so she could have been included. So it seems like someone dropped the ball here when they were making this, and of course people have reached out to the Academy for answers, but they've said nothing. Now, it is so upsetting that Michelle is no longer with us, and I want to talk about what happened. I mean, she's 39 years old, so she's super young. She was found unresponsive by her mother just last week, and first responders pronounced her dead at the scene. Michelle's family declined the autopsy, which I found interesting, and a lot of you guys found interesting as well. So it's unclear what happened to cause her death, but she did recently have a liver transplant. Everyone grieves and copes in different ways, so I just don't quite understand why they wouldn't want to get to the bottom of this unless they just knew without an autopsy. I mean, who just dies at 39? So Michelle's cause of death will not be released because the beloved actress's family turned down this report. It looks like the family has asked the medical examiner not, like specifically, it typically would be done, but they don't want them to do it. The medical examiner tells us that if there was suspicion of criminality, then an autopsy would be performed. Following the news of her death, sources told people that she had recently undergone a liver transplant and may have had complications. A separate source told people that Michelle had been really down emotionally and had told friends that she was struggling last year. She was really sick and open with those in her inner circle about how much she was struggling. She was pale, gaunt, very thin, and dealing with health issues. The actress never publicly shared any health conditions, but shut down critics in January 2024 who made comments about her appearance. She wrote on Instagram, "Fun fact, this is my face. Not malnutrition, no problems. Why do you have to hate?"
Michelle Trachtenberg is clapping back at those who keep commenting on her looks. Michelle, who has played several iconic roles, including the villain we love to hate, Georgina on Gossip Girl, is tired of the IG comments. She recently posted this photo with Alexa Vega, and someone commented, "Michelle, you look sick. Are you okay?" Michelle responded with, "Explain to me how I look sick. Did you lose a calendar and not realize I'm not 14? I'm 38. How sad for you to leave such a comment." Fans have been leaving comments like this under her pictures, especially showing concern for the whitening in her eyes being yellow, which could indicate some sort of liver issue. In a separate post, Michelle has responded to these comments again. This time she responded with, "I have received several comments recently about my appearance. I have never had plastic surgery. I am happy and healthy. Check yourself, haters."
Here's the reality. Insurance companies often do not want to pay you. If you are injured in an accident, their job is to delay, deny, and underpay. And they get away with it when people don't know their rights. That's why you might need Morgan & Morgan. They are the biggest injury law firm in the country. They've secured billions of dollars for their clients, including a $12 million settlement in Florida. And that is 34 times what the insurance company originally offered. And unlike other firms, they don't just settle cases for quick cash. If the insurance company does not pay up, then Morgan & Morgan is happy to take them to court. And the best part, you don't pay anything unless they win your case. If you have been injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan and use my link forthepeople.com/Sloan or scan the QR code on the screen and you can file your claim right now. It takes minutes. You probably could finish one before the end of this video. The consultation is free. The process is simple. There's nothing to lose. Thank you, Morgan & Morgan, for sponsoring this video, and enjoy. So it seems like Michelle wasn't comfortable talking to the public about her health issues, but wanted to make it clear that she wasn't doing anything to herself and that she was happy and healthy.
They were mocking this woman not that long ago. Her video went viral. Now all of a sudden everyone's talking about rest in peace. They said her skin was highlighter yellow. That's how bad she looked. They talked about her hair. They talked about her eyes. They said she looked gaunt. And they started accusing her of having plastic surgery and being on the injection. Now it's rest in peace. All those people who mocked her should feel ashamed. Okay? You dragged that woman. And she was battling who knows what. And you dragged her. Her final months was spent reading your comments where you were mocked. It cost you nothing to be kind.
Michelle was best known for her roles as Georgina Sparks on Gossip Girl and Dawn Summers on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She made her breakthrough role in Harriet the Spy in 1996. Alongside Rosie O'Donnell and J. Smith Cameron. Now, of course, the whole world is confused at how we lost this actress at such a young age. Blake Lively, who has been in a bunch of trouble recently, actually put out a statement writing something really nice about her because they did work together for years and years on set. I'm not sure how, she felt about Blake, but it seems like Blake wrote something really meaningful. Just to quote a little bit. She said, and she always had yummy caramel smelling lip gloss on because she didn't just want to be the sparkle on camera. She liked creating the nice experience for anyone who was with her in her orbit, even down to the subtle smell of her lip gloss because she cared about the sweet details. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Now I want to switch gears and talk about another Hollywood star who had recently passed away, Gene Hackman and his wife. Now this case is under investigation and there's something bizarre about it. They were found in their home in New Mexico. His wife, Betsy, along with their dog, were also found dead. Now it turns out they do have a caretaker and their caretaker was the one who made the 911 call. Here is a clip of that call.
911, what is that emergency?
Hello, my name is the caretaker for Santa Fe Summit. I'm here about past 10,000 waves. I think we just found one deceased person inside a house. What's the address here? There's no address. There's no address. I'm going to wait for you at the gate. I'm going to wait for you to please send somebody really quick.
Okay, what's going to be the address?
It's going to be down at the gatehouse. I'll meet you over there. I'll meet them over there. I'm the caretaker for the subdivision. I'm going to bring them up here.
This is morbid, but Betsy's body showed obvious signs of death, decompensation, bloating in her face, and mummification. Both hands and feet, according to the affidavit, that she had died at least 2 weeks prior to their bodies being discovered. One of the German Shepherds were found dead less than 15 feet away from Betsy in a closet, while 2 dogs were found alive in a bathroom and one outside.
The couple found dead inside their Santa Fe home, along with one of their dogs during a welfare check.
Initial reports said no foul play was suspected, and there was speculation that they were killed by carbon monoxide poisoning. But now, in a jaw-dropping turn of events, their deaths are being called suspicious enough in nature to require a thorough search and investigation.
Now, their close longtime friends, Daniel and Barbara, said the couple who were found dead had chosen to live in a quiet area, tucked away into a property of 12 acres of land. They were very private, and we respected that, the neighbor said. Now, the department says there were no obvious signs of foul play, and no external trauma was seen on Gene or his wife Betsy. But it looks like the couple did test negative for carbon monoxide poisoning, which is what we thought they had died of. And it turns out that Gene Hackman actually has a pacemaker, which would tell them when he had passed away. And it looks like the last recorded event was on February 17th. That event would have been a cardiac arrest that caused an abnormal pulse rate. The autopsy showed that he did not have an injury. There was no carbon monoxide. The most common cause of death in this country is severe heart disease, so it could have been something involved with that, but then that doesn't explain the dog and his wife.
Investigators say they found Hackman in the mudroom, appearing to have suddenly fallen. His wife found on a bathroom floor, a space heater near her head, and an opened orange prescription bottle with pills scattered on the countertop nearby. One of their dogs found deceased in a crate.
So they found his body in the mudroom, and he had a walking cane and sunglasses nearby, and it looks like he suddenly fell. There's a theory that Betsy's death may have occurred after Gene's pacemaker stopped working while she was trying to help her husband. Betsy was found on the ground in the bathroom with a space heater near her head. An orange prescription bottle was found near Betsy, according to a search warrant. It appeared to be open with pills scattered on a countertop, and it looked like it was blood pressure medication and Tylenol. They theorized that she was just scrambling when she saw her husband was struggling. She may have struck her head on the way down and had some internal injury to the brain that doesn't show up on the outside or bleeding in the inside of the brain. Or it may also be because she was 65 and had a severe heart disease, and excitement could trigger a heart attack. I mean, you see your husband dead on the floor, you might have a heart attack yourself. Now, for the dog, the German Shepherd was found about 10 to 15 feet away from Betsy in a closet of the bathroom. The circumstances and who he was beloved by so many, are what make it so unusual, because heart disease and collapsing and dying with a pacemaker is common in the US, but the circumstances of them two isolated by themselves, and there's a dog there, there wasn't a 911 call, why wouldn't she immediately call for 911? There's a lot of questions.
In no way is it adding up to me, and this is why. I've handled thousands of death investigations over the course of my career, and it is such a rarity, an anomaly, to have two people fall over dead at one time without some major causal effect. I find it interesting that the canine is found allegedly in a closet. Right now, the information that's coming out is so murky.
Now, there is a toxicology report that has been issued, but it could take up to 3 months for results to come back, which I don't understand how that all works, but that seems like a long time, longer than it should be. 2 cell phones were among the items found in a search of the home. It looks like they'll be analyzing the cell phone data, phone calls, text messages, events, photos, anything to piece together a timeline. It looks like his daughter, Leslie, told Us Weekly that her father was generally in good health, but his memory was fading, but everyone was okay, she said. Leslie said that it is strange that Betsy had died, and there was no indications that there were issues with their home that could lead to poisoning or something like that. The couple were both seen publicly photographed together on March 28th, 2024. He was spotted holding on to his wife's arm. He also held a walking cane in his other hand.
This was his last appearance at an award show in 2003 at the Golden Globes, when he received a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Top of the world, Ma. Top of the world.
Hackman retired from acting in 2009, citing health issues. Last year, he was spotted walking, looking frail in a rare public outing with his wife outside a restaurant in New Mexico, walking with a cane and clutching her arm for support.
Thankfully, they don't suspect foul play, but I do think there's something mysterious about this. I mean, just the fact that there are 3 deaths right here. I mean, the dog, Betsy, and then we've got Gene, and then I find it really fascinating that we're not getting an autopsy when it comes to Michelle. These are such tragic losses, and my heart goes out to all these family members and friends and everyone affected. I know all the Gossip Girl fans out there are just shocked. So I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. What a sad video. Makes me sad. I don't like to hear about people dying, but I want to hear what you guys think, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.